and welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to click on this video today. So this past week it was my birthday and I took a vacation to London, England, and I'll tell you more about that in a second, but in this video I want to show you all the books that I got. I also have a few books here to haul that I've gotten either from publishers or book box subscriptions, stuff like that. So first of all, thank you so much for bearing with me the past 2 weeks. I mean, I have gotten videos up consistently, but they were all pre-recorded and stuff, so like I haven't been as active on YouTube as I would have liked to been, like around when I post a new video. So anyways, thank you so much for, still watching those, and I hope you liked them. I am now back at home, not on vacation anymore, and I have to go back to work this afternoon, and I'm not happy. I was in Hilton Head for a week almost, and then we went to London right after that, so it's been busy and I haven't been home, and now I have to go away again, so that's a bummer. But I do have a lot of reading material, so let's just get started. Oh, but I will include some footage at the end here. We went to the Phillies game. They played the Mets over in London, and that's really why we went, but we ended up seeing a show and just doing lots of book shopping, and then we ended up flying home on my actual birthday, June 11th, and it was really nice. We got to sit in first class, and so perks of being a flight attendant, I guess. So let's get into the haul. So I'm going to start off with books that I got while I was in England. So I kind of went a little crazy. I knew I wasn't really going to buy any souvenirs except for books, so I kind of left some room in my suitcase. I kind of budgeted for it, plus like it's my birthday, whatever. Also, I don't understand why books are so much cheaper in not the United States, because we had to connect through Montreal. It's a long story, but looking at the books in like the airport bookshops, they're so much cheaper. I understand that you have to like make sure you're, converting dollars to Canadian dollars or US dollars to pounds, but like even so, I got 8 books in London and I spent a total of 109 US dollars. So that was like 86 pounds. And like, I don't think you can do that in the United States unless you're getting like children's books or like YA books, all of them. So I was pretty pleased with my purchases. I also love that they have paperback copies that come out like way earlier, because I love a paperback. And anyways, it's great. So first I got Penance by Eliza Clark. This is a book that I had looked at like in the US like several times, and it was just one that I never ended up picking up, but it was like BOGO, so this was only £9.99. £9.99. I think that's how they like to say it. Anyways, yeah, I am actually almost done with this. I'm like on page 389 of like 430 or something, so almost done with that, and like it's so good. It is written like a nonfiction, like true crime book, but it's not, so you don't feel bad about consuming it. I don't know, maybe that's just a me thing that like sometimes feels bad about like reading true crime, but no shame to you if you do it, that's you. But anyways, I'm really loving this, and yeah, I'm almost done. This next book is funny because my husband is not really much of a reader. Every now and then, there's a book he's really into, but when I posted my recent video about Stephen King's new book, You Like It Darker, he was like, I think that I would like to read this. Like, these stories sound really good, and like, I think I like the idea of like a short story because I get to like, finish it, feel accomplished. If I set it down for a little bit, it's not a big deal. I'm not going to forget stuff. And I was like, I encourage this. But he didn't want to bring it on the trip because it was so big and heavy. So I was like, while we were over there, I ended up getting him Just After Sunset. And, also me, I've actually never read this, although I did get home and realize that I already owned it. But that's okay. We got this cool Hodder edition, so whatever. Yeah, and so he's already about halfway through this, and he's really liking it as well. So I'm very excited for that. Another Stephen King I got was Carrie. I have read this before, but I didn't own a physical copy. I think when I first read it, I got it from the library. So I just wanted to have a copy to own. Again, it's a fun Hodder with the nice colors on the sides. And yeah, I definitely think I will reread this at some point relatively soon. So I went ahead and got a copy. I got Night Watching by Tracy Sierra. This is my Bar 3 book club pick for June. So I went ahead and got it there because it was only 14 pounds versus what would be like $30 in the US. I'm done with that, I promise. I'm not going to talk about it anymore, but I was just like, yes, love that. It's cheaper. It's also like kind of a little smaller. It's almost like the size of a young adult hardcover, so I do like that, a smaller book. And yeah, this one's been really popular here recently. It is kind of like a trapped room situation. Woman is trapped in her house with her 2 kids hiding from like a home invasion. And I don't know what happens after that, but I'm looking forward to it. Then I got The List by Yomi Edegoke. And I can't remember really where I first heard of this, but it was like kind of getting popular on here and on Bookstagram, and I just was like, that sounds cool, but I didn't know if I wanted to like spend $30 to buy it. So when it's $9.99 and buy one get one half price, how could I say no? I think this is about like a woman who's a journalist and she's getting married, and then she wakes up one morning and have a message that says, "Oh my God, have you seen The List?" And The List is basically a bunch of men with like sexual abuse allegations against them, and her fiance's name is on it. So yeah, it sounds really cool, really interesting, and the cover is just funny to me. I love the purple and then just like an emoji. That's it. Next we have The Housemaid is Watching. I actually already read this. I was able to get this like the day before my birthday. It did not come out, at least in the United States, until the 11th, and I got it on the 10th, so I was like very excited. It was exactly what you think it will be. It was a quick read, but it was kind of bad and just dumb, but I still had a really fun time reading it. Talk more about that on my book wrap up at the end of June. I got The Bee Sting by Paul Murray. This is one that I've had my eye on here in the US for a little while, and it is paperback, so I was like, I have to go for it. And also another one, buy one, get one half price. Couldn't say no to that. This is pretty much just like a family saga kind of situation, I think, about like a family in town and then another family in town, and yeah, I don't really know exactly, but I've had my eye on it, and I read, the first chapter in the bookstore, and it sounded really good, so yeah, definitely looking forward to that. And then I got Every Time I Go on Vacation, Someone Dies by Catherine Mack. This is an author I've never read from. I actually hadn't even heard of this book, but it was chosen for my book club for this month, so I just got it while I was over there because I knew I wouldn't really have any time to get it otherwise. I think it's kind of like a cozy mystery, so to me, I don't know. It's funny that it's like in hardcover and like so thick. I mean, the font is kind of big, but it's just weird because I never think of like cozies as being super long, super like big books, but I don't know. So should be good. So those are all the books that I bought while I was in London. So now I just have some that were either waiting for me when I got home from London, or were waiting for me on like my quick turnaround when I got back from Hilton Head before I went to London. So these were all either sent to me by publishers or books that I purchased. The first book is The Modern Fairies by Claire Pollard. This I like don't really know if it's fully my scene, but it does look interesting. It's kind of set in the 1600s in France, and it's like this group of rich people that have these like salons and talk about fairy tales and stuff, and then like they each start like one by one getting like attacked or targeted by like the bad wolf or something. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be my jam, but I am grateful to have it, and yeah, I might give this one a shot in the next month or so. You're Safe Here by Leslie Stevens. I actually think I've had this a little longer, so I'm sorry if I've had this in a haul before. It was like in a particular pile of like newer books, but this is a like sci-fi in the near future set on the decimated coast of California. Climate change has, really, really done a number on it, and this company is trying to like offer a solution to get people out, and it's like I think it's a queer kind of story. And I read a book like this not too long ago that was called Yours for the Taking. And so it kind of, I don't know, it sounds similar. And so I'd be interested to see what people who have read both have to say about it. Honey was a book of the month pick that I got. It is about like a 90s pop star and kind of like how her career goes and all of that. So I am excited because I think this cover is so cool, and also um, I love books about like celebrities and any kind of like 90s pop star in like following their career. So I think I'm going to love that. And then because it was my birthday, I also got a free book this month, and I got One Star Romance by Laura Hankin. I've read everything she's written. I've loved everything she's written, so I'm sure that I will love this one too. Quickly, While They Still Have Horses by Jan Carson. This is a short story collection. This is like set, I think, in Northern Ireland around the Troubles, and it's just a short story collection, and all of them sounded really good to me, so I requested this from Scribner Books, and so thank you for this copy. I am definitely gonna read this soon. Also from Scribner, The Same Bright Stars by Ethan Joella. I can't remember what exactly this is about, but I think it's like a family kind of saga, so, you know, right up my alley with that, and it's set in Delaware, which is like not very far from where I live, so that's fun. Yeah, we'll see. It's pretty short. It's like not even 300 pages, so definitely might give that a shot soon. I got We Can Be Heroes by Putnam Books. This is a gay romance about an actor and a man that works at a secondhand bookstore, and then I don't know what happens, but it's so cute. Look at the cover. I'm obsessed. Okay, so yeah, that seems like it's going to be adorable. Then I have Lola in the Mirror by Trent Dalton. This is an ARC copy. This doesn't come out until September, but I just love the cover. Again, such cool colors. This one is about a girl and her mother who are like have been on the run for several years and are like trying to escape like a abusive home situation, but they've just kept running. And I think it kind of talks about like the power of identities and like stability and all of that kind of stuff and how it affects us. So this looks cool. It's also got like some different types of like multimedia, which I always enjoy. And lastly, They Came for the Schools, One Town's Fight Over Race and Identity and the New War for America's Classrooms by Mike Hixenbaugh. This I got in the mail from Mariner Books, and this sounds really cool. I mean, not cool, but like it will be really interesting and thought-provoking. It's about the story of South Lake, Texas, a district that seemed to offer everything parents would want for their children. Small classes, dedicated teachers, financial resources, a track record of academic success, and school spirit in abundance. But after a series of racist incidents became public, a plan to promote inclusiveness was proposed in response, and a coordinated, well-funded conservative backlash erupted, lighting the fire of a national movement on the verge of changing the face of public schools across the country. So yeah, this is going to be a lot about like public schools in America and how they've just been taken over by conservatives, and they're pushing their religious and social beliefs on the rest of the population. So probably going to make me pretty upset, but it does seem like a really interesting and thought-provoking book, and definitely some good conversations to be had. So those are my birthday books and my other books that I've acquired recently. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. I am just so excited to have so many good books on my shelf. I'm trying so hard to like bring my physical TBR down. I do, of course, have several books that I want to read on my Kindle and audiobooks, but I am working so hard to like prioritize physical books because I just have too many. I feel like I'm always getting new ones, and I need to be more minimalistic with my books. So hopefully I can get through a lot of these relatively soon. I mean, I'm doing pretty well. These books I bought in London, I'm almost done with 2 of them, so can't be mad about that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you would, and it would be the best belated birthday present. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!